Welcome again to another episode of the C-List Villains, your cultivators of the comic culture. I'm your host, AJ. Red's in the building. We're waiting for Red's in the house. Waiting for Eman and Luke, and Red's playing with the soundboard already.
What's up? I miss this. Then I can figure out what topic to talk about.
Well, you had two.
Yeah. Oh, like last minute stuff. But I wanted to cover something last week, but for what it was.
Oh. All right. Well, what are you eating there?
I got the bag of gummy worms in the car, and I kind of.
So they all melted together into one gummy worm?
Made to one big giant gummy blob.
Oh my god! All right.
It's still good.
There he is. There's E-Man.
Joe,
we're already live. Yo.
Whoa, we're running late or we're running on time? That's crazy. It's madness.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting this.
We're already live. So
man, what's up, guys?
Nothing much. Looks like you're pretty hot there, huh?
It's hot. Yeah, it's hot right here in the garage. It's crazy hot over here. Well, I shouldn't say crazy hot.
Office, not garage. What are you talking about? Office.
Apologize. I am in the office today, and it is
in the studio.
It's quite warm in the studio, indeed.
What the viewers don't know is that we're all in one room. We'll have different backgrounds, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's all. Was it green screen? It's all green screen.
How was your weekend?
Right there.
Boom. My weekend's been has been busy. Actually, not chill, busy, because we're getting ready. If I told you guys, we're getting ready for a trip that we're going on tomorrow. Oh yeah, we are going on vacation.
Where are you guys going?
Mexico. We're going to Mexico. We're gonna go to Playa del Carmen. We're gonna go to Tulum. We're gonna go to Cozumel. So like the Yucatan Peninsula. It's like an hour south of Cancun.
Okay, all right.
Good times is gonna be fun. It's gonna be the kids' first time outside of the country. So, Eris, Dante, and Mia. Unfortunately, Jade and Jacob, they couldn't make it. This time around. But I owe them Hawaii, so we're gonna plan Hawaii for hopefully when things start to settle down a little bit. So I owe them Hawaii for sure.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, it'll be funding our trips, right?
No. Jacob can get free trips because he works for an airline, so he can get free trips, so I don't have to pay for him. And then Jade, I put like a few $100s on a card for him for graduation. I was like, I want you to travel the world and see things. So he's like, I'm just gonna use it for Hawaii. I'm like, well, if that's the case, then cool. So Jade's ticket is already paid for. Jacob can get his own, and I just have to pay for my own. And it just like Airbnb, like a little studio apartment in like Waikiki for like what, $50 when prices get better, like $50, $60 a night. So it'd be cool.
Ever try a hostel?
You know what? No, but with the boys, I would do a hostel. With Jacob and Jade, I would do a hostel for sure.
Hostels are fun.
Like Mimi even brought up, was like, she's down to try a hostel like one of these times if it's just her and I. If it means like saving some funds. But it's funny because she's like, I want to do a hostel, but she doesn't want to do like the shared bathroom. And I get it.
It's all shared bathrooms.
No, there's some that they do have their own private bathrooms.
But how would it be your own private bathroom?
This like the shower is contained by itself, and that's one person per shower.
It's to satisfy the people who want the privacy.
It's not like the gym shower where.
Oh yeah. So it's a one person per, but it's shared by everyone.
That's not a group shower.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That I understand. Yeah.
I've never done a hostel, so I don't know.
They're not that bad.
Hostels are fun.
Oh, I'll believe it. I've just never had that opportunity. I've just never had that opportunity. Like I really like. I've heard of hostels. You know, the only I lied. The only reason why I even heard of of what a hostel is because of the movie. And I'm like, I don't fucking want to go there. Like, I don't want to die in those things. What is a hostel? And then just as years go on, I'm like, oh, this is how, you know, those college kids travel. They get a hostel for like $40 a night. They share shit. Someone's got a soundboard. It sounds good too. It sounds like legit. Where'd you get yours at, Red?
Oh, internet. The internet's is fun. All the stuff on the internet.
I like it. I mean, no, it's terrible. Don't ever use it again. Is it coming through your computer, or are you doing it through the speaker again?
I don't know what it does right now, as long as the sound's there.
Yeah, I can hear it. I can totally hear it.
All right, well, let's start off with the first topic of the night. Red wanted to show off some Last Ronin trailer.
Yeah,
some animated trailer.
Some dude is trying to crowdfund this into a movie, and like, you know what? Let's check it out. Maybe people will be interested in making it a full movie, and maybe Eastman will come on the show with us.
Yeah, because we have it like that, right? We're waiting for Eastman to just be like, hey, yeah, no problem, guys. Gotcha.
Oh, yeah, he watches the show. He's just too busy to talk to us. But let's check it out. Here we go.
I knew this was a suicide mission. Need to end this. On my terms. For my family. For honor.
And this looks dope. Like already, I'm all about this.
You don't gotta do this. Quiet! No more talking. We were always so different. So much alike.
I don't know about the bumpy toad skin, though.
I miss my brothers.
It's still nice little rendering.
So much. I miss my father. More than anything else. I wanted to make him proud. But they're all gone now.
This is pretty dope, though.
In the end, too little, too late. Story of my life. I'm sorry, Father. I failed. Please forgive me. Focus.
The human teeth are kind of creepy, though. The human teeth are a little weird.
You guys don't wake him up soon. I'm eating the last bagel. Hey, Sleeping Beauty. Wake up. We got things to do.
Not bad. Not bad at all. That's pretty good.
That looked dope. That looked really dope. That yes.
So this guy is crowdfunding.
Yeah, he wanted to, like, I read up on that his YouTube channel. Like, he wanted to crowdfund that, make it a full movie. Him being the animator for that. It's like, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, he still needs permission, right? I mean, like he can't
Yeah,
really
yeah.
I was thinking,
crowdfund.
yeah.
He needs, he's.
I mean, unless you do fan fiction, but you can't do a fan fiction off a already published story, right?
yeah, fan fiction is a
I'll
whole
have
new
to talk
story.
to Nickelodeon about that. But hey, it looks pretty good for someone who's animating on his own.
It looks really good. I'm not even mad at that.
Yeah, that was good. That I don't. Does he perform? What the hell?
No, he's coming back. He went to go get something.
Does Michelangelo perform seppuku in the comic?
No. But shoot, I can't remember what happened in the first issue. But most likely he was so much in pain that he wanted to kill himself. But he realizes that there's still a fight that needs to finish, and that could be just like a little teaser on his struggle, and that's how he probably start talking to his brothers, the ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't remember him performing seppuku.
I don't think the Eastman wanted to be that dark. East was that. Don't want to promote suicide on the book at all.
Oh, that could be it. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, right. I mean, that's just it's an IDW book. I don't think it's gonna go that far. IDW is not that gruesome. I think they still abide by the code, don't they?
I mean, Eastman and Laird, they always their stories were always a little darker though. So I mean, who knows?
True that.
But yeah, I was digging that trailer.
Yeah. I need that to be a part of my life. I really want to see that. It looked really dope. Like I can totally see The Last Ronin being a straight up like 2.5 hour, 3 hour movie, or like a 8 episode Netflix show.
Yep.
8 episodes.
Or what? A Michael Bay.
No!
Oh no! Oh, for the love of
Are you
God!
tired of the twirling shots with
Oh God!
the glares, sun and the flares?
The 360 shot.
Yeah, 360 with the sun glares and the flash
Good
glares.
players from what do you call it? From Bad Robot.
No, those are flash flares. But what's his name?
Michael Bay. Oh, when the
Michael Bay does do the
does it,
sun,
like,
the sun
fan-
gleaming shots. There's always a
Yeah.
gleaming.
those
sun
guys are
shot.
like standing up and then like, looking up to the out somewhere.
So none. I don't want any of that. None of that is needed. I'm good. Hard
Well,
pass.
it's either that or a live action or an anime.
So then, how about this? Last Ronin, directed by the Duffer Brothers.
But the who?
Is it Duffer Brothers?
Yeah, it's the Duffer Brothers.
Duffer Brothers.
I mean, the thing is, Duffer Brothers, they're good at like suspense, but I mean, I guess you got to give them a chance at something because like they're not known for an action, but you always got to give them a shot, right? So,
Yeah. Duffer Brothers. They. I'd like to see that their style in the Last Ronin. I don't think that the Last Ronin TV show or movie should be like word for word, page for page. Like I'd like to see slight differences.
Well, yeah, you wanted the full better than what the comic book was.
Yeah. Because the book itself, the series itself, honestly, to be perfectly honest, it was okay. It was almost basic,
wow.
But
I think the kids call it mid. They call it mid. Now.
Mid.
Yeah.
Mid. Okay, kids. If
Yeah.
that's the thing, mid seems like it's the
How about
proper
this
word.
idea? They should bring back the suits from the first original live action show. They should bring
They
back
should
those
what?
suits.
No.
Yeah.
I
Who should they bring back?
They should bring back Ernie Reyes Jr. I want him and the pizza to come back. That was amazing. I want Ernie Reyes Jr. to come back, and I want cheesy
So
lines.
you basically telling me you want Corey Feldman to voice Michelangelo?
No, he did Donatello.
He did Michelangelo.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing.
What?
I would like an old surfer voicing Mikey, like an old almost about to retire 55-year-old voice actor
I'm
who
too
used to
old
be
for
a
this.
surfer.
Like a Danny Glover.
No, more like
Danny Glover's not a surfer sounding.
But you want like a purple
almost Patrick Swayze-ish in Point
So you
Blank.
basically want McConaughey.
No. He's got too much of that southern twang.
How about the guy that played Mike Ehrmantraut on Breaking Bad?
I don't remember who that is.
No,
Oh,
he's,
Mike.
No, he doesn't have a surfer sound.
I do. Yeah, I need someone who's got like a natural surfer sound. Like, I
So,
almost.
basically you want Keanu? Is that what you're telling me?
No. You know who I want? I wouldn't even. I would. You know what would be awesome if they knew how to voice act. It'd be cool if you can get one of the Beach Boys to just do that voice. I think that would be awesome. Imagine that, like an old Beach Boy singing group voicing Mikey. I think that would be perfect because they're old, but they still have that surfer beach vibe, voice to them.
Breaking news! You have a Beach Boy signing up as a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. No.
You do know that they don't talk like surfers though.
What I'm saying is, I'd like an old retired
Yeah.
surfer dude or like an older surfer dude to voice Mikey.
So John Stamos,
Oh, wait a minute here.
He's smooth.
Yeah. No, I don't know. John Stamos.
he was a Beach Boy, so
I do want a Beach Boy. I do want a Beach Boy to voice Mikey, like an older one. Like I said,
So
like
you might as well- or
a
you
Patrick, like a Patrick Swayze who like Point Break, right? Something like that.
oh, so you want Dave
Brody.
Coulier? Is that what you're telling me?
Just get Chris Hemsworth.
Dave Coulier might work.
I was joking when I said that.
Hold on, that might work. No, not Chris Hemsworth. He's got too distinctive a voice.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth could kind of pull it off.
Maybe the brother. Maybe Liam.
Liam, yeah.
Maybe Liam. Or Matt Damon.
Matt Damon has that range now. He played Loki 4 times.
He did. We'll get into that later on, right? Did you watch it, AJ?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, okay, let's just
We'll
rate
read
this trailer and then go right into Thor. I'm giving the trailer 9.6. You man? Are you
I
frozen
wouldn't
or-
consider it a trailer, maybe a teaser of some
Okay,
sort,
teaser,
or like
teaser.
but I would give it. I'm with you. I would give it like a 9.6, 9.4, maybe. Right around that area. I can't give it a 9.8 or a 10, but it did look fantastic.
other than the human teeth and the inaccuracy of the turtle scales.
The other than the texture of the turtle skin and the teeth, it looked pretty solid.
What about you, Red?
9.8.
9.8.
I like it. And I didn't watch this before we went on air. So that was the first thing that I popped up.
Oh, you just found it and you're like, we're gonna watch this and we're all gonna watch it together.
Yeah.
Man, it looked dope. It really did. Like I wouldn't mind watching it. I personally would want the ending to hit harder. I want it to be more significant than it was in the book.
You should message that guy. Have him come on the show and explain what he did, if you want.
You know what? I would leave it up to Red to do that. Red is in charge of getting a hold of that guy as long as we get the blessing of our fearless leader up here. So Red, as long as he's okay with it.
What was that? Yeah. I mean,
Huh? What? Sure. Yeah, why not? Yeah, it's okay. Look, Brother John, what are we talking about? You just missed it, Brother John. Red went ahead and found this awesome, not trailer, but like a teaser of an animated The Last Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin video that some guy's trying to crowdfund, right? Is that what it is, Red?
Yeah, I got the link right there. So if he wants to watch it,
so if he wants to crowdfund it, if he gets the money, what is he? What's he's going to pitch it now to Kevin Eastman and Laird? How does that work?
whatever it is that try to at least get the word from him and get the answers. We'll let me see if I can contact him after the show, and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's just get it from him. Let's see if we can get him on the show and talk about it because it looked great. It really did. It really did. Human teeth aside, it looked great.
Well, remember the first live action Ninja Turtles where the mouth was wide open and you saw the guy's actual teeth right in the back of the mouth.
Yeah, but that okay. Look, the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they were aimed at kids at the time. Now the last Ronin isn't aimed at kids.
Not for us.
Yeah, it's aimed at the kids who watched the original and now are adults. That's what this is for. That's what the last Ronin was all about. And honestly, anything to bring up John Jang's last Ronin run, the value of it, I'm all for it. Like that would be awesome. Since I have all 5 of them, it'd be great. Huh?
You think that original still holds up?
Hell yeah, it does. The kids watch it, man. And they're watching it. It's great. I like part 2 a lot more than part 1. No, wait. Which one's with Ernie? No. Ernie Reyes Jr. was the part 1.
You like the Vanilla Ice?
I did like the Vanilla Ice. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. Go
That's part
Ninja,
2.
go Ninja, go. Oh, that's terrible 90s hip hop. Right? Oh, not even hip hop, just rap.
Well, that was Vanilla Ice.
Everyone at the time was all about Vanilla Ice, trying to get the one stripe right there.
Vanilla Ice or MC Hammer during the early 90s, you wouldn't be enjoying those songs now.
I wasn't born yet, so I don't know anything about that.
This guy.
I was born in 2000, so I don't know anything about that.
Man, life's been rough then, huh? Was born in 2000. Where is it? Hold on. Where is it? Where's your chick? Guapo and guapo. Look at that guapo.
Let's
Guapo and guapo. Where is it? Where are you at? I keep trying to get your chin. Hey, Jay.
Let's speaking of oh man, I forgot my segue. Anyways, let's just move it right into Thor: Love and Thunder.
Let's go, We're
here.
Fucked up.
I was gonna say something about kids, and then I was like, I forgot my segue. So, Thor: Love and Thunder. We all watched it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I enthusiastically watched it with the children and the girlfriend on Friday.
Well, Red watched it twice. But E-Man, this was your topic, so how do you feel? And then we'll move on to Red.
Well, okay, so first I'll be like, what's the movie about, really? It feels like it was just Thor just trying to find his way within himself. And then we have Gore, who's just trying to eliminate all of the gods because he lost faith. And then now we have Jane, who comes into the picture and is the mighty Thor, and she wields Mjolnir, and we find out how. Overall, as far as the movie goes, it was entertaining in a way, but I can go all over the place with this one. Honestly, AJ, I need direction because let's start off with something small and then move up.
All right.
Because let me add to that then.
Go for it, Red.
So you can tell the movie was from Korg's point of view, since a lot of the stuff was heavily Shakespearean-like, especially from Chris Hemsworth and the rest of the cast. So that's hence the comedy portion of the whole movie. We kind of focus a little bit on Jane's stage 4 cancer storyline, and they didn't really give her the shine as far as like how she turned into Thor, but by the time the first fight happened, was she was already Thor for a few weeks, which I don't think it's enough for the storytelling. But if you really want to get into the weeds of it, then maybe Taika would have kind of prolonged that scene. It would have been
just
nice
a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you got Gore as far as like him being mad at the gods because the gods you pray and pray and pray so much for a god to give you gifts, but then he is disappointed and almost killed by his god. So I guess gets on this vengeance trip as soon as he gets the necro sword,
Mhm.
and now he's just eliminating every
Just
god.
vengeful.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just vengeful over the
Great
gods.
acting by both Christian Bale and Russell Crowe. I mean, Bale using some of Heath Ledger's kind of I guess cadence as far as like being the I guess not maniac, but more like sociopath. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. It was really scary, great acting, and even from the news reports that the kids were afraid of Christian Bale because he stayed in character.
See, and
Wait,
I'm with you.
They're afraid of Christian Bale, like in
Yeah,
real life.
when he was in makeup, he kind of stayed in character until they yelled cut, and then he's happy-go-lucky Christian Bale. But definitely great.
I don't know about Happy Go Lucky. I mean, there's that.
There's that one.
Yeah.
There's that incident.
And
Yeah.
then you got the performance from Russell Crowe, very reminiscent of Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder, like the complete opposites of what he played in Gladiator, and then he played Zeus, the Greek god, very campy, but yet made sense for that character.
I'm gonna push back. How did that make sense for that character?
Well, it's just because the way the story's been told by Korg, that everything seems to be funny.
See, you're saying that, and it's making me rethink the movie because yes, right? Because it was Korg who was actually telling the story,
Yes,
and with Taika Waititi directing, it explains a whole lot more
That's why it
what
seems
the
like-
direction of the movie, the way it went.
yeah, that's why it seems like it was directed and written by a third grader.
And
Because
yeah.
it was simplistic but yet entertaining.
See, going into the characters, let me bounce right off of Red here. Going into the characters and the acting, yes, I agree. Christian Bale did a phenomenal job acting as Gore. I really enjoyed watching him and his presence on screen. He was pretty terrifying. In fact, it was to a point where I think that when he was on screen, it really changed the tone of the movie. It really did, because everything was like funny, and then Gore comes out and it's almost funny. Yeah, and it's like that's one thing I didn't like about this movie was that the tones didn't match. It was just, as far as tones go, it was all over the place. Like, is it being funny?
No,
Is it a
that's
comedy?
right.
Is it an action? It's trying to do this,
It was all over the place. It was just giving you not a variant, but complete polar opposites of where they were coming from.
See, and that's what I feel like it should have. Maybe I'm just too old school, or I want the tone to be set correctly, and I just felt like it was just comedy after comedy, and then anger and bad guy who does good, and it's funny because like going into the acting, like Natalie Portman, I thought she did a fantastic job. I really thought that she did a fantastic job acting as Jane Foster. I believed it. Like, I didn't read the comics, but man, I really believe that she was the mighty Thor. She did a good job. The line delivery, she's a newbie to this whole superhero thing. Her coming up with her punchlines. Like, it was really fun. Like, the comedy and the lightheartedness from her end held up. The dark, ominous Christian Bale held up. The comedic, sad Thor from Chris Hemsworth, I think I'm just tired of that. I'm sick of that. He's been beat up emotionally, and honestly, I think I'm done with that aspect of Thor. I want it to go back to Infinity War Thor, commanding.
which
You
eventually
know,
will be. But I think this is the way Phase 4 is going to be, is where everybody's trying to find themselves after the snap, or you know, everybody's regrouping and then finding their way through the universe, and you know, and
but
they run
Thor keeps losing, and he's already kind of the butt of a joke when it comes down to the comics, right? He lost his
No,
dad,
not
he
in the
lost his mom,
comics.
he
You mean in
lost
the
his
movies,
brother.
right? You talk about
Yeah,
in the
and
movies.
then Heimdall is best friend. Like he's losing everyone, and he just has to, find a way to cope with it, and that's what all the cheesy humor is about. And I think I'm done with that.
well, he's just trying to feel shitty.
All
He's
right.
feeling shitty right now.
I'm gonna give you guys my views because I don't know. I can't tell whether or not you guys like it or not because I think I'm the only one who disliked it.
Keep going, keep talking.
Emad, I'm on that agreement where like I don't think they were trying to do too much, trying to do way too much. I was not impressed with gore. I felt like when I first saw it, is this like it felt like it was a parody of a Thor movie,
Ah, okay, I can see what you're saying with that.
and I'm like, Christian Bale is a great actor, and I can't tell how serious he is because of all the stupid comedy that was coming out on every Thor scene. Like it just seemed like it's hard to take Christian Bale's character seriously because there's too much like too much comedy. There wasn't enough seriousness. I thought.
Yeah, but this is
Um,
from Korg's point of view.
what?
This is coming from Korg's point of view. He's still telling the story, even though he's not narrating it all the way through the movie. But you start out with the movie with him, telling people the story.
But what does that have to do with how I feel at the like?
I think because
If
you're
it's going,
you
if
don't like it
the direction is
they're trying to be funny, but it's only funny because it's going through Korg's.
but it's not funny though. To me, it wasn't funny.
It's not funny either, which is fine. Which is fine. But definitely, the point is that Korg is telling a story. That's why it's that direction. It is.
But then that's why what I'm saying. It's like if you're gonna go with that direction, it might have appealed to you, but it definitely did not appeal to me.
I'm easily entertained.
Let me okay. So there was this guy on Instagram who posted what he liked and what he didn't like about Thor, and I felt like he articulated his feelings. They were almost the same as mine. Let me read something. His name is at Comic Germ. I want to shout out Comic Germ because I asked him, I was like, dude, what you said here, perfectly said. That's exactly how I'm thinking. I just can't come across with the words. And one of the things that he didn't like about the movie was Odinson's journey. Thor has gone through incredible growth since his debut in the MCU until here. I feel like he made a lateral move without fully going through that journey of who he is and his place in the universe. I don't feel he's learned anything new other than I don't feel like he's learned anything new other than another loss, but now that has to carry out the promise of raising a child without having really found out who he is. He also feels way too goofy, whereas before he felt too serious. I wish we had balance, or they had balanced that from Infinity War. I felt like I feel like that's dead on right there as far as his character goes, and I feel the same way. Like he just did a lateral move. Like there was just no improvement from who he was in Infinity War,
Yeah, it almost felt like you would think that with everything that he's gone through, he'd be more responsible. But now it's like he doesn't want to take any responsibility now.
Yeah. Brother
Like-
John. Oh, go ahead.
Like he was, like he knew that he could literally end every war, but he decides not to until he's asked, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so you're gonna let all these other people just die when you could have like stopped it,
There was just too many butt of jokes in this movie. Like Thor was the butt of many jokes. Asgard is now this touristy spot, right? I hated what they did with Asgard. I really did. Like I liked what they did with it in Endgame. Like it was reconstructing. You have the Asgardians, but now it felt like they're, oh my god, help us out. There's these people and there's these shadow monsters. Dude, you're friggin' gods. Like you guys should be able to take care of these. You should be able to help, Mighty Thor and Thor in this battle and Valkyrie. Like you guys shouldn't be so helpless. You guys should be picking up swords. Some, but it felt.
To be fair, they're not all gods though.
They're not all gods.
But they're Asgardians. They're not humans. They're Asgardians. They should have
being a destination city because that's where Thor ended up, or the last of the Asgardians. These little countries or little towns have to make money. So if that's how they're gonna get money, is through tourism. By all means, go ahead.
The jokes were just too much. The goats at the very beginning, when you first see the goats, I was dying.
Funny,
I was laughing. Yes, I was good with that. And it just kept going and going and going. He kept beating that. Let me say this. I loved Omnipotent City. I hated the Bow God. I hated how they pronounced Quetzalcoatl. Like they didn't know how to pronounce the Mexican god. And then on top of that,
god?
Zeus. There was this little,
the god of dumplings.
Oh, yeah, the god of dumplings. I'm like, that was
yeah.
That was not necessary. I disagree. Well, I'm not going to disagree with Red, but I hated Zeus. I hated that Russian mobster mentality that he had.
That was another thing. Was it a Spanish accent?
No. I felt like it was Russian or Greek, not Greek.
There's no way that was a Greek accent.
But he was kind of like, he could come around here.
God, so of course, he's like the Godfather or whatever. He's got to act.
I hated that. That was a choice, and I hated it so much. I hated his character. I hated Zeus.
Gladiator, because he also wore that same vest and little skirt.
I hated Zeus. Like that whole, and then the orgy thing. I brought my kids to this movie. I'm like, wait a minute, bro. Like, come on. Like, I'm all for pushing certain boundaries, but come on. Like, this is you are Marvel. You are under Disney. Okay, you showed his ass. Okay, ha ha ha. I get it. That's fun. But then you brought up not only one time, but I think they brought up the orgy like 5 or 6 times. I'm like, dude, this is so unnecessary. I'm 170% happy that the kids didn't ask about that, but I'm sure it's going to come across and they're not watching this movie again. That's for damn sure.
To piggyback off of that, when I watched, I heard a kid actually say, what's an orgy?
Oh, see?
That where that word orgy hurts you. Show me in the doll. The word orgy.
But it shouldn't be brought up in a movie like this, in my opinion. It was really look, Brother Johnson. It was a really bad Italian stereotype. I felt like it was a really bad Russian mobster stereotype, but nonetheless, unnecessary. I hated it.
I'm surprised that what's the actor's name? Russell Crowe even signed up for this, because this is so like not what he normally does,
People want to work with Taika Waititi.
Wait. But are you telling me, are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
No, but I mean, like he's done comedies before, but not like this, like over the top type of character. And I think maybe that's why he wanted to do it, just to say he did it.
Just to kind of check mark. I felt like there was a lot of check marks in this movie also. Yeah. For example, Korg being LGBTQ, right? I felt like that was forced also. Like all of a sudden, like, oh yeah, I met this dude and we're gonna make a baby together. Like,
yeah,
I'm all for representation. Don't get me wrong. I don't want anyone to get me wrong on this.
I am getting you wrong.
I'm all for representation, but do it right. You're trying to bring Russell Crowe to represent some kind of mobster. Do it right. You want Korg to come out being gay? That's fine. Do it right. Don't make it feel forced. Don't make it feel like, I'm checking off a box while making this movie.
It made sense that Valkyrie was gay.
1 or 2.
Valkyrie. Hold on. Valkyrie. That
did not feel forced.
Valkyrie's was natural because we already knew her situation, and I was perfectly fine with Valkyrie and the way Tessa Thompson handled that. She did a wonderful job handling that since Ragnarok. Like we already knew from back then. So like that felt more natural than Korg.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm upset about it. It's just, it was too much comedy. It was too many butt of the jokes, too much forcing, the LGBTQ, aspect of this movie. And then on top of that, it was just, the comedy was just too much. It was just,
and not to nitpick, but I am going to nitpick a little bit. I don't like how Gore does not look anything like the comic book representation of the character. In the
unfortunately, I don't know. I liked him at first. I mean, to this day, like one of the running jokes that we have in here, anytime Mimi and I are pretend fighting, we always ended with "piss off, Ghost." That's just the funniest thing to me. I love it. Like that's our shit right there, right? Everyone, piss off, Ghost. I loved Korg. I loved him in Ragnarok. I loved him. I loved his presence.
I meant Gore. I said Gore.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were talking about Korg. I apologize.
Gore.
It was both Taika and
Christian Bale.
Their call for saying, well, we don't want Christian Bale doesn't want to wear a thong the whole time, and then they don't want to come off as like a Voldemort clone.
Yeah, but he looked more like a homeless peasant.
Yeah, he did.
I hated his design.
It still worked for the way the movie is.
It worked only at the very end when it was black and white, high contrast. It worked there. In any other part of the movie,
was infected by the Necrosword, and by the time at the end when he met Eternity, he went back to his normal self. He went back to that alien life form, that light skin with the tattoos on the face.
Brother John, I think the Korg thing is only forced if we choose to make it that way. I mean, what do we even know about the sexual norms of giant rock creatures? True that. I get it, Brother John. But it was just, it felt like it just landed on our laps.
It felt forced to me as well.
Don't group me in that answer. I don't feel forced at all.
We didn't group you, though. I don't know what. I just said me and email.
I think you just grouped yourself, right?
Royal we, so we is a group.
But yeah, you know what? I think a comic accurate Gore would have been dope. Like, hey, I've seen cosplayers do that, or like that one that it looks super clean. And I was really throughout the movie, I got it in my head because I said it one time before that I'm like, you know what? I think this is just the first phase of Gore. I think we're gonna get his final. Right? Yeah, we're gonna get his final. And no, we didn't get it. I think that upset me. Mm-hmm. And what else?
I was gonna say, I think that the reason why I think we brought this up before, Christian Bale probably signed on with the caveat that he didn't have to put all those prosthetics. Like he wanted his face to be seen.
I think his character. He did a fantastic job acting. I think his character would have hit more if we visually had a better representation of who Gore was, rather than just some, Kratos from God of War peasant-looking individual.
I mean, The Shining. I would say the bright spot in the movie for me was Natalie Portman's Jane Foster.
I agree.
She brought it. I mean, her comedic timing and her serious timing was on point. It wasn't too hammed up.
Yeah, I agree. Everything she's delivered was on point. I also liked how she got the power from Thor. Hey, protect her.
I like that. I was wondering how they were gonna bring that.
He did what his father did. He did what his father did to him. And I really enjoyed that right there. Go ahead. I cut you off, but yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, Brother John Comics. Something like the Korg thing isn't about inclusion as much as it's about normalization. Drop it in out of nowhere. Like it's no big deal because it should be no big deal.
And you're right. It should be no big deal.
Yeah.
But I felt like the way it was done, it felt like we should make a big deal out of it. Yes, I'm all for normalization.
Yeah.
I feel I'm all for normalization. And it's not because it's a woman-man thing. Like I said, the way Tessa Thompson did it, it felt normal. It felt like it's a part of her. It felt like it's something because we've already known from her from her story. Whereas with Korg, it just felt like it was dropped in my lap. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
In
I think it would have been better if they just showed it and you assume the other rock creature is a male, and then we're like, oh, okay, that's how they make the
yeah,
baby.
I think if you just did it like that, like, oh, I want a baby, and I met someone, and but it felt,
You had to go through the whole explanation.
yeah,
Of it.
don't explain it, just do it. Don't explain
Yeah.
it, just do it. That would have felt better.
That would have been
I was really hoping to get a bigger explanation. Well, we have an explanation behind the Necro Sword, but you got me excited, AJ, and I'm like, all right, is there going to be some kind of? Are we gonna get null? Are we gonna get null? Is everyone's Venom 3 gonna just pop off? Is
Yeah,
everyone?
that didn't happen.
And it didn't happen, but it still was left for interpretation, and I did like that. I did like that aspect. However, one thing that threw me off towards the end is when he met up with Eternity. Why did Eternity look like a very, very famous Planet Eater's head? Or am I the only one that saw that?
Oh, that I saw. I did notice that. But I think they just kind of messed up on the visuals. To be honest with you.
You think so? Or do
Yeah.
you think that was done on purpose in that what people call Eternity is actually a huge planet-eating celestial that everyone knows about?
I mean, that could be a possibility. I mean, who knows, right?
The setup, I think they can stick the landing if this, the setup could be like a good taste of what's supposed to come, but Phase 4 so far hasn't really impressed me.
The
to be
thing
honest
is,
with you.
why didn't he wish for the cancer to go away from Jane Foster?
Because
Like,
it wasn't his
Thor-
wish.
Yeah, it was Gore's wish.
It was Gore's wish.
Yeah, but Thor would have. Thor's there too in the same realm. He could have made the same wish. He could have made a wish.
Didn't you need the Necro Sword for that?
No.
You just needed to reach
That's it.
Eternity.
Yeah, just need to reach it.
Oh, well, then I don't know. I mean, Jane could have made that wish herself. then,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
so yeah.
Wait a minute, you're right. Like if you just needed to get to Eternity to make that one wish, yeah, you're right. Why didn't they? But maybe also they didn't understand what was needed. They were just trying to stop Gore. They're like the idea is to stop him from making his wish. That I'm just playing devil's advocate. You're right. Why didn't they make the damn wish?
Plot hole right there, right?
Well,
Yeah,
the wish
you're
for your
right.
dog back instead of killing everybody.
Oh wait, hold on. You're not using your wish? Well, shoot, let me use it. No cancer for this woman.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't catch that, but yeah, that technically that's 3 wishes right there. You got Gore, Thor, and
The wishes are unlimited. You just have to reach it.
Gore, Thor, and the mighty Thor.
and Mighty Thor. Yeah. Do you guys think we're gonna see Jane Foster back?
Yeah, according to the last post credit scenes, yeah, she's gonna be a Valkyrie.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Is that she can come back as a Valkyrie, and isn't she a Valkyrie in
Currently,
the Mighty
yes.
Thor? Or
Yeah,
currently? Oh wow,
currently.
it's very up to date then.
Yeah. Okay, so then how many movies or how long will it take before we see her back?
I think Phase 5. I think we're gonna see something in Phase 5. Phase
That's a
4
long time though, right?
is it? We already have 5 movies and quite a few TV shows for Phase 4. It's leading up to something soon, I believe. I feel like there's going to be something coming up in the next 2 or 3 years. But I don't think we're going to see her again until Phase 5.
We'll see in Black Panther.
Yeah, Black Panther. Oh, that's something that we need to talk about too, right?
Well, we're waiting for
What?
the trailer to drop.
Namor.
Oh,
Well, we'll
yeah.
talk. We'll bring that up later, a different time, a different podcast. In order for you to listen to what our thoughts are about Black Panther 2 and the new design for Namor, stick around.
It'll
We'll
be
be
on
talking
our
about that show.
OnlyFans.
But
All right. Oh, good, man.
I mean, I'm just gonna keep being a dead horse. You know how I am. I was not a fan of this movie. I wasn't.
So
I was quite
what's
upset.
your grade then?
Comic book grade. I would give it a 7.0.
Ooh,
I would
okay.
give it a 7.0.
What about you, Red?
9-2.
9-2.
9-2.
Okay.
It would be a 9-8, but because of the whole thing at the end about the wishes, like, okay, they could have done that.
So they drop point 2 per missed wish.
Yeah, for miss wish.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense.
Thanks for hanging out, John. Appreciate it, brother.
I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna give it a 7. I'm gonna give it an 8, though. I'm not gonna give it a 9-2. I'm gonna go right at 8. I probably should go lower, but you know what? It was entertaining enough, but I still have reservations about it. I think I don't think it's a watchable movie. That's for sure, or rewatchable movie.
Yeah, I can't rewatch this with the kids, like for sure. Like even Eris is really good, you guys. Just to let you know, Eris is really good with her grading. Like I would ask her, like, what did you think? And she's like, the last 2 movies, she's like, I give them both 7s. And I was thinking that too. I was like, yeah, 7 out of 10. Let's see what my daughter says. And she's like, yeah, 7. I wasn't a fan.
Did you catch the one cameo that you got? That I'm thinking that this is gonna be like a running thing now for every Marvel movie since Stanley is dead.
Which cameo?
What, yeah,
oh yeah, you brought up cameo. I didn't see a cameo. Which one?
Mark Hamill.
Mark
What?
Hamill was in this?
Mark Hamill was in it. He was part of the tour group in the one of the ships.
The tour group.
Yep.
I don't remember that.
The camera panned on him quick, so you just had to catch it.
Oh.
Wait, hold on. Is Mark Hamill in Thor?
Well, they said that I think Marvel made a deal with Stan Lee's estate so that they can use him again in the movies.
I don't see anything about him being in there. Did you? We need confirmation on this, Red. I can't find anything on the internet.
Mark Hamill.
I can't find it on the internets. The interwebs cannot confirm nor deny this claim. So
Watch it again.
I really don't want to. I really don't. I'll wait for it to come on Disney Plus again, maybe. I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing that sucks is that I think this is only slightly better than Thor 2.
See, I liked Thor 2. I thought it was a good fresh take on it. Again, I think it's a little more rewatchable, but I was entertained with Thor 2. Thor 3. I mean Thor
2. Thor 3 was good. I really enjoyed Ragnarok.
Yeah, Thor 3, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Ragnarok was super fun. Thor 2, the Dark World, where they introduced
Thor 2.
At least that one's got the Infinity Stone, right? At least it's got like a bigger picture towards the bigger MCU. This movie does nothing to push the whole MCU storyline forward.
It's just a placeholder until we get done with Phase 4.
So, and I mentioned this before. I think what they're doing with Phase 4 is just like what they did with Phase 1, kind of like, all right, let's just release movies, and then the whole idea is to go back and kind of make them relevant in one way or another. Which I do enjoy, Kevin Feige being the architect like that. Like, he's made certain movies more relevant later on down the line. Like, oh, okay, well, you know what? You rewarded me for watching that shitty movie. I appreciate you. And I feel like that's what's going to happen in Phase 5 or 6, is that we're going to get rewarded for sticking with the MCU the way we have been by making some important references to maybe some really bad scenes that had happened. Like, maybe the stupid-ass Bow God might be relevant later on and it'll make sense, or something like that, or some kind of comedic timing. But just, overall, I'm upset with this movie.
Okay. All right. So, I wanted to talk about Stranger Things, but we're cutting it short on time. So, Red, you wanted to do a quick, didn't you have you wanted to bring something up?
Oh, for Better Call Saul? We'll save it. Let's table that for another show.
Good. It gives me time to watch the final 2 episodes because I binged like the first 4 or 5, and I felt like they dragged. Like the first 2 or 3 episodes were good, but then towards the end it kind of dragged. But I hear that it cleaned up really nicely, so I need to watch that. I need to do The Boys, and I need to watch Umbrella Academy. I'm really behind.
Yeah, I haven't watched The Boys yet either, and I'm already too far behind in Umbrella Academy. So like in 3 seasons, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to invest to watch all 3.
I personally would highly recommend it. I've watched 3 episodes. I've truly enjoyed what they're doing in The Boys. I think it's a show that we need right now.
Oh no, I meant Umbrella Academy.
Why do I keep misunderstanding you? I'm going to stop talking now.
All right. Well, with that being said, thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week. Anything you guys want to say before we end the show?
Going to Mexico. I'm going to be doing some live shows from Mexico this week, so keep an eye out. Not on my channel, on everyone else's channel. I'm probably going to be popping up. Next week when we do this show, I'll probably be in Mexico, you know, having a nice little cocktail in my hand and just hanging out.
Nice.
You know? People are like, what's going on? Oh, he's vlogging. No, I'm podcasting. Live.
Red, anything you want to throw out there?
Yeah, men, learn how to pull out, because women out there can't get abortions in certain states.
Okay,
Learn how
there
to
you
pull
have it. There you have it. That being said, we'll see you guys next week. Peace out.
Deuces.
Thanks again for listening to another episode of the Sealess Villains Podcast, your cultivators of the comic culture. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and email us at sealessvillains@gmail.com. You can also leave us a voicemail or text us at 209-975-7597. Be sure to join Luke Week's Facebook group, Rare Keys and First Appearance Comics. And you can follow us on our 2 Instagram accounts, Sealess Villains and Sealess Villains Podcast. Lastly, follow the villains on their separate IG accounts, at Luke Weeks, at C-List Villainous Red, at C-List E-Man, and I am at AJ the Comic Collector. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you all next